We'll chant few shlokas. After that, we'll start. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim. Let we be protected. Let we be nourished. Let we study with energy and vigor. Let our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om, O Bhagavad Gita, with which Partha was enlightened by the Lord Narayana himself and which was incorporated in the Mahabharata by the ancient sage Vyasa, the Blessed Mother, the destroyer of rebirth, showering down the nectar of Advaita, and consisting of 18 chapters. Upon thee, O Bhagavad Gita, O loving mother, I meditate. We'll also chant the name of Sri Ramakrishna, the embodied Gita. Jai Jai Ramakrishna, 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 Jai Jai Ramakrishna. So from unmanifested, everything manifests. And again, it returns to its unmanifested form. Ratyagami praniyante tatraiva avyakta sangati. And read the passage. At the approach of Brahma's day, all manifestations proceed from the unmanifested state. So unmanifested and manifested. How this we can understand? Okay, now let us think about it. We are wide awake now, we can see, we can perceive things of the world. But then we go to sleep. And then this world dissolves as it were. Then we see another world, it is called dream. But a time comes when dreams also dissolve. Then we don't know what it is. So we call it Sushupti or dreamless sleep or non-REM, rapid eye movement sleep. Non-rapid eye movement. Just now reverse it. Now you are in that state, non-rapid eye movement sleep. And then first glimpse. That's when you are being projecting or you are projecting this world. So that state is called Mahat. When you are projecting, going to start projecting. Like you are standing on threshold. After that, gradually this world will come back. So that state is called Mahat. And from Mahat comes Pancha Bhuta. Then comes 5 senses, 5 bhutas, gross and subtle. And the first is a Tanmatra, and then it is engrossed and manifested form. So this happens every day. You go to dreamless sleep, though sometimes we recognize it, sometimes we don't recognize. But this is the going back and coming back. So this is similarly here. So just imagine, when you are in dream sleep, you are not manifested. From that state, you become manifested. So then you recognize yourself. Oh, this is me. This is the world. I have to interact with this world. So, Abhyakta means unmanifested. From unmanifested, everything manifests. Abhyakta, Vyaktaya, Sarva, all. Prabhavantya Haragam. So when day comes, like you get up in the morning and you go to your work and do your duties and come back, and then you go to sleep. Similarly, this whole creation. Ratyagame priyante tatraiva avyakta sangati. At the approach of Brahma's day, all manifestations proceed from the unmanifested state. At the approach of night, they merge very deep into that alone, which is called the unmanifested. So you can just imagine, whatever you perceive daytime, in your daytime, all those get absorbed in your sleep. And sleep also absorbs in you. And the next day again, it comes from unmanifested and becomes manifested, and again the same cycle goes on. Now the next shloka also similar. Bhut grama saevayam bhutva bhutva pragityate ratyagame avasha partha prabhavatyaharagam. The very same multitude of beings that existed in the preceding day of Brahma, being born again and again, merge in spite of themselves, O son of Pritha, into the unmanifested at the approach of night and re-manifested at the approach of day. So as our days and nights come and go, similarly, the days and nights of Brahma also similar. So you can imagine, oh, this, even if you see this world, yes, why not? And people are measuring it. Even yesterday, I read an article. So reality does not exist. So yesterday, it was very nice. Reality, even he got a Nobel Prize. What we see real world does not exist. When it exists, when does it exist? When we see, when we measure, then we, there is a science article. It was so there what's reality is defined. What is reality? What is environment? And before manifestation of environment, existence of that thing is not. When we are measuring, then only it's being measured. So anyway, all these are one can think it in all maybe theories, but we have to take what is advantageous to us. Here we can take this one. Bhut gramaha evayam bhutva bhutva praginyate. This is our own experience. We come to existence as it were, and again we are dissolved. Again we come to existence as it were. So bhut gramaha, all the bhuta similarly. See, you are also like if I am the case, for me, you are born, and again next class you will be there. So absorb and again manifesting. So the very same multitude of beings that existed in the preceding day of Brahma, that is Brahma is whatever creation we may think, being born again and again, merge in spite of themselves. So every day, whatever you see, that merges in you after the day is over. And again, when the next day is coming, again those spring up. So the same idea is given here. So now we go to the next. Any question? Yes, go ahead.
With regards to these two slokas that you just went over, what does the commentary say? You gave an example that for those of us as Jivas, that we have a daytime experience, things happen, and then we go to streamless sleep, and then we wake up the next day and different things seem to be happening than the day before. That's a human experience that we've all experienced. But given how long the day and the night of Brahman are, I mean, it's almost unthinkable. It's so vast that when a new yuga comes, or whatever the new iteration is, then do these jivas that we seem to be having here come back again and go through the same dance and play it all over again? Or is it something totally different?
Swami said, I'm giving you this talk today like a film. Film every day, they show the same film for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And this the same sequence.
Yeah.
So Swamiji, it is Swamiji, I'm not telling you. Swamiji said, this talk that I'm giving to you, this happened umpteen number of times, and it would happen umpteen number of times. This is an initial system. Wow, how? It's like Swamiji. It's called like gambling. So there is this particular set, say 2, 1, and 3. If you go on repeating, reshuffling that same combination will come after a certain time. Even gambling also has got a mathematical formula. So they go on doing that, and that is why they can predict, oh, this may happen such number of time, n number of time. So what is the point? The point is, if something happens, it is a possibility that the same thing might happen again. It's a possibility. Maybe after a long period of time, but same thing, same sequence happens.
But I am not going that far. What I related, we experience day and night. As we experience day and night, similarly, we can think of day and night of Brahma, the creator. And there are lots of, big number. What I say at least 20, about, just I'm not counting, but 20 digits, such a huge number. When Brahma lives 100 years, so such a worldly calculations. But leaving this apart, here we have to understand the principle. The principle is whatever comes to being, that will dissolve in its source. And from the same source it will come again. That's why I gave example of ourselves. Say, we see, you can see me. And then that is dissolved in your after the day is over. Again, the next day it might come. So this is a natural thing, it's not a theory. This happens, this is a fact. So I try to relate to that. Right? So whether it will happen or not, Swami said it happened. It happens. Like a film, it goes on, the same thing happens. So we go to the next. I think, almost time is up. So Abhyakta Vyaktayaha Sarvaha Prabhavantya Haragami, at the approach of Brahma's day, actually day, at the approach of the day, all manifestations proceed from the unmanifested. This is, we can relate with ourselves. We are now manifested, we go to sleep, everything sleeps, everything is absorbed in us, and the next day again it is projected and manifested. Ratriagame punyante and tattva abhyakta sangha. So unmanifested becomes manifested, manifested becomes unmanifested. So this is the natural course of things. Now, he comes to the conclusion. Bhuta Brahma Saivayam Bhutva Bhutva Palivya. Similarly, the whole creation is absorbed in unmanifested, and again it manifests the next time. Bhuta Brahma Saivayam Bhutva Bhutva Palivya Ratriagami Avashah Patra Prabhu Haragami. The very same multitude of beings that existed in the preceding day of Brahma, being born again and again, merge in spite of themselves, O son of Pritha, into the unmanifested at the approach of night, and re-manifest at the approach of day. So this is what God wanted to say is this unending verse, in the words of Swami, that I'm tired of this unending verse. This does not attract me anymore. Ever running, never reaching. So all the time we are running, on a treadmill, but we are not reaching. We are just running. Every day we start right from morning and we are tired in the evening. Those who feel this, they want to get rid of this. So that is supreme vairagya. That happens because of supreme vairagya, paravairagya. Only they are out of that way. As Ramakrishna would say, that I have attained so many points that I cannot go back. Not sure, there is a clear kind of play. So here, that is being highlighted. Okay. Sri Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya categorically said, we are not Srishti Chintaka. We are Brahma Chintaka. How this happened, what is the theory, And even the scientific theories are discarded every day and created new one. And they also conceive new theories. We are not interested in them. We are interested in the truth behind the creation. So that is important. So I'll read this, the next one, and then we say after. Parastasmat tu bhavo anya vyakto avyakta sanatana yah sa sarveshu bhuteshu nashtetsu na vinashyati. But beyond this unmanifested, so one is manifested and unmanifested. But beyond this both, there is something. But beyond this unmanifested, there is that other unmanifested. That means it's not, cannot be expressed, but it is there. Eternal existence, that which is not destroyed at the destruction of all being. So we are to attain that. We are not interested how many days, how many years in the Brahma's lifespan would be or should be. We are not interested in this. We are to attain that state where there is no destruction. So that is the important. Parastasmat tu bhavaha anyu avyakto avyakta sanatana. Yaha sa sarveshu bhuteshu nashyatsu vinashyati. So we are to attain that state. And that state is it's a real nature. It's not imaginary. On that, everything revolves. That we are to achieve. That is the important message of it. We'll go on further. And that is the supreme. Let me read this also. The next comes. What has been called unmanifested and imperishable has been described as the goal supreme. Supreme. That is my highest state, having attained which there is no return. Those who want to enjoy this, will have to enjoy and suffer. It's okay. But some are there who does not want to return. That means, mukti, especially the devotees, curse it. It is in a bad way, it is cursed. That we don't want mukti also. That's a different kind of situation. But here, mukti is freedom. Freedom means we are not under the spell of any attraction or repulsion. So that state, it is not weakened. Now, mukti word is abused. Freedom. Everybody likes freedom. It is not that, there is a very bad word in Vaishnava Shastra. And mukti is such one. They don't want to attain mukti. But here, that's not the reason. Mukti means freedom. You are not under the spell of anything. You are independent. And nothing can disturb you. That is the state. Okay, so we'll stop here. I think next time we can expound that and we can find that word. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. The word has come. Kaitava. So Kaitava is not very good word. So hope to be able to